Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be making my NBA 2024-25 season award predictions. Last night, the NBA announced the finalists for the NBA awards of Most Improved, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year. List goes on. Clutch Player of the Year, and honestly, before I get into predictions, before I go over the finalists, I'll tell you one thing that I miss in the NBA. There's multiple things that the pandemic took away in the NBA. One thing is that I hate that we don't see anymore is coaches wearing suits. I know that's something that a lot of people have talked about how you want back in basketball. But another thing that the pandemic took away from the NBA was award shows. It was either the 2016-17 season or 2017-18 season, the NBA started doing, award shows for these awards. And it was new, and it was, I want to say it started after the 2016-17 season, but it might have been the 2017-18 season. And we saw this happen every offseason after the season was over, and just like you do in the NFL, the NFL does it right before the Super Bowl. It was actually really, I really enjoyed watching it when the NBA would do it, and you would have Ernie and the inside crew, Chuck, Charles, and Kenny would play a big role in it. There'd be a celebrity host, and it was really fun to watch every year, and they don't do that anymore. I don't know why, but. And I know the pandemic probably played a role into it because it stopped after that, and they went back to, the inside NBA crew announcing the awards throughout the playoffs, which is not terrible, but I just love the award show that we saw every year. But yeah, so over the next couple weeks, you're going to see the inside the NBA crew announce these awards on different nights, and we're gonna see some players crowned with these awards. So when there's there's really no way to know when Inside NBA will announce these awards and what order they'll be in. So I'm gonna predict I'm gonna make my predictions before they start to make those announcements. So I'm gonna start off with. The award I want to start off is Defensive Player of the Year. Your finalists are Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, Evan Mobley. Honestly, I'm going with Evan Mobley. The Cavaliers, defensively this year, were one of the best teams in basketball, one of the best teams in basketball. Evan Mobley had an amazing season, great shot blocker, great defender. It's nothing against Draymond or Dyson Daniels, both really good defenders, both had such great seasons this year, but I think this award needs to go to Evan Mobley. Now, Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle, Zachary Richardson, and Jalen Wells are the candidates. I want to go with Zachary because the season he had, the season he had to finish the year was absolutely amazing to finish the season. Jalen Wells was great all year, but I think his injury kind of knocks him out of the running. I got to go with Stephon Castle winning Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, Malik Beasley, Ty Jerome, Peyton Pritchard are the finalists. No disrespect to Ty Jerome, Malik Beasley, both two really good players. Ty Jerome put on a masterpiece last night in Game 1. Malik Beasley played really good for the Pistons in Game 1 of their series as well. And both guys had great seasons, but Peyton Pritchard's obviously going to win this award. All right, next we're going to go to Clutch Player of the Year. Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Nikola Jokic are the candidates. Here's one thing, one complaint. I don't know why Trae Young is not in the top three of this discussion. Trae Young was finishing the season, and I don't know if he went down on this, but was at the top of the league in NBA clutch time on scoring, assist, was absolutely unbelievable this year in the clutch. And I'm not saying he should win this award, but I think that I would have had Trae Young as a finalist instead of Anthony Edwards, but Jalen Brunson. I'm going to go with him winning this award. Nikola Jokic was great throughout the clutch this year, but I'm going with Jalen Brunson winning it. And honestly, I could see Jokic winning this award if he doesn't win MVP. Clutch Player of the Year, I could see going to Nikola Jokic if he doesn't get the MVP. All right. Most improved player, we got Cade Cunningham, Dyson Daniels, Avisa Zubac. I'm going with Dyson Daniels. Doesn't get the defensive player of the year, but gets the most improved player of the year. I know Cade Cunningham took a big jump this year. Avisa Zubac took a big jump last year. But let's not act like they weren't good players before this. They were both good players. Cade Cunningham was viewed as a potential future star. Zubac has turned into a really good center this year compared to last year, but was already, to me, I already viewed him as a good center. I just view him as way better as he was before. Dyson Daniels was someone who was really not playing a lot on New Orleans' bench last year. He has turned himself into a starter with the Atlanta Hawks, one of the best defensive players in the league, and just a really good all-around player. I feel like Dyson Daniels should be the favorite if you look at how much a player improved. Cade Cunningham and Zubac both had major improvements this year, but it's not like they weren't. It's not like they were nothing last year, because Dyson Daniels was not as effective last year in New Orleans as Cade Cunningham and Zubac were in their places in Detroit and LA. All right, Coach of the Year. You got Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka, Detroit Pistons, JB Bickerstaff, Cleveland Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson. Yeah, as a Rockets fan, I want to go with Ime Udoka, but I know it doesn't deserve to Ime Udoka. Kenny Atkinson probably gets this award, but to me, the Coach of the Year is JB Bickerstaff. Gets fired from the Cleveland Cavaliers and goes to probably one at the time, one of the most dysfunctional teams in the NBA, who'd only won 14 games the year before. And look, to me, I thought this Pistons team was going to have a huge bounce back. And if you don't believe me, go check my most popular video on this channel. And you can see for yourself. It had like almost 10,000 views. And so I believed in this Pistons team. And honestly, the only reason I believed in this Pistons team is I saw the way they were going in direction was very similar to the way my Houston Rockets were going into direction. The way they were building their young roster and mixing it with veterans and getting a new head coach who could, had experience coaching young guys. I just saw another version of the Rockets, and that's why I saw this Pistons team being good. But it doesn't change the fact that JB Bickerstaff turned a 14-win team to a 40-plus win team. They multiplied their wins from last year to this year by 3. That's unbelievable. Honestly, I just think that I think that JB Bickerstaff deserves the Coach of the Year award to me. All right, gonna move on to the last award. It's the biggest topic. It's MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Nikola Jokic are the candidates. And I think if this was a stat award, Nikola Jokic deserves this award. 100%. Nikola Jokic, stat-wise, out of the three of these guys, has the best numbers. But you include, scoring. Shai, even though Jokic is great with rebounding and has better rebounding and assist numbers, Shai has better scoring numbers and better defensive numbers this year. And so that's one thing I think of. But the other thing I want to mention with this MVP debate is what we've seen so many times in the MVP with the MVPs are if a guy is putting up great numbers on a great team, they're going to get the MVP. Both guys, Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, put up great numbers this year. Both, should be the MVP. One of them played on a 4 seed, and the other played on a 1 seed that went well over 60 wins this year. Damn near 65 wins this year. And not only that, but it had some historic offensive numbers this year that the Oklahoma City Thunder had, to the point where, just to me, that's where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander deserves this MVP award. And we've seen, here's the other thing, that I look at is, Nikola Jokic, I'm not gonna act like we've never seen Shai play good basketball before this, because Shai played great last year before that, in the last couple of years, but he has never played elite basketball like he has played this year. This has been elite. And we saw him play great last year, but this year it's just been on a different level. Now Jokic, Yes, his numbers have been better this year and years prior, but we've seen him capable of doing what he's doing this year. But Shea, to the point where he's just been insane this year, and it's been incredible to watch. And I know that free throw merchant. We can go over free throws. Honestly, the way I look at this as well, I see both sides of this because Shea. I understand where people are coming from when they say Shea is a free throw merchant. He gets all these free throws. There's a lot of calls where the refs call a foul and Shea gets to the free throw line. It is not a foul, and I see that as well. But let's not act like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is still not the man is still, if you take away free throws, he still averaged the most points this season. He still average. If you take away Jokic free throw makes and Shai free throw makes, he still averaged more points per game than Jokic this year. So I'm going with Shai getting the MVP. If Jokic had the 1 seed, or maybe if Jokic had the 2 seed, I think this would be a more bigger debate. But I think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to get the MVP award, and I don't think it's that bad for him to get his first MVP. I think it'd be great for him. Let me know your thoughts on my award predictions in the comment section, and peace out.